Continuing. So now let's get into the practical path. I've got a couple of slides to discuss more. So here you can feel that there is a feeling of let's get started. And the high level steps would be uh, taking bottom up approach, wherein first we will try to address the bottommost layer, which is Redshift, the storage layer. The kind of activities like tables, as well as how the data looks like, and then we go to the Quicksight and try to see dashboard, little bit a raw dummy dashboard. And then comes when we try to integrate this with the VM. So for that we have to spin up a T2 VM, T2 micro, and then we'll configure web server, we'll configure application container. Quite a few steps are there. Let's see. And finally we will deploy the code and do the testing and see that the the application, the dashboard is visible in our application. We are able to also modify some sort of data in the Redshift database. I've taken a US, West 2 zone for this POC. The first part is, as we said, that in the bottom-up approach, let's take the Redshift. Let's see what we have done here. So I'm getting into the Redshift, getting into the cluster, and going to the query editor, connecting to my database, and say, oh, use a recent connection. There was a connection I had. All right, so I think that is not visible. Anyway, let's go for another one. I have a database called dev, then got admin. Yeah, I connect here. I see dev database is there, public, and then let's see if I have any saved queries. Nothing yet. So let's go here and let's see. We have got a table like this, and it has got a ID, write, timestamp, NBR, passenger, and comment. So my point would be to at this point I'll be showing only 10 records here in the UI, and then I should be able to change the comment, and that should be visible here. Whenever I change, it should be visible here through my custom application. Now let's see if this is the one, how many records are there. So let's make a small select. So let's see how many rows are there. 20,640 rows are there. So I would be hardly taking 10 because it's just a POC. So now let's get into another one, which is so my bottom up stuff is done, where very simple table I've created, and already data is ingested, and our target will be to edit the comment. Now in Quicksight, let's see what's happening. So Quicksight is the BI tool we know. So over here, let's say next, and next. I don't need to do this one. So let's go to data set, and I guess this is the one I did a bit. Let's see, edit the data set, and what's here? Yeah, it is going to a different data set, I guess. So maybe I'll make a new data set here. Let's make a new data set here. I'm going to go to Redshift, choosing that this one, dev, username is admin. Making it like, oh, I forgot to give the name here. So let's give QS NYC taxi. And all right, so just let me give proper username and password. I'll be right back. I gathered the correct information and now I have validated this one. So let's create a data source here. And the table will be this one. So, and then, yeah, let's make it a so let's say I take a passenger. Let's make out a graph. So this is some sort of, graph we have plotted. Yeah. So my target would be to show this particular graph embed this into the custom application that we are going to make. And then also to, say, my bad. So my idea would be to, be able to edit this particular comment section. Yeah, I should be able to edit the comment section. So in the next session, we will deal with our bottom-up. In the bottom-up approach, we did a little bit of the Redshift database activities by creating table, populating data, and then connecting the data source into Quicksight, and then plotting a basic graph here. And now the next part for us will be to set up a container. And oh yes, one more thing here we need to do is we have to, whenever we are doing it, we need to see what is the user ID here, what a user ID can do. The most important part is we need to whitelist the domain, and let's see this in the next chapter, or rather the next the session.